Shalom, shalom. Alright, come. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. I want to start off, of course, giving honor and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, HAQADASH. Double honor to our apostles, our elders, great millstone, rule well. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, the Lord will have mercy on these last days. It's your brother HAQADASH coming back with a quick correction. Alright, on my last live, literally like a couple seconds ago. I don't know why. I'm gonna just make a quick correction on what I had brought out a specific scripture. I just want to touch on this real quick. As I ended the video, I was like, I'm thinking like that. So basically, I had made the point. I did a video on Esau, and all right, on how his identity is being more evident, all right, to the world, and people know what an Edomite is, and so forth and so forth. One of the scriptures I pulled was Genesis 3:15. I'm gonna read it. It says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Salakia. What I'm gonna do is, for edification, like I said, this is a correction video because I misspoke in the last my live I just ended. Because what I said was an older breakdown. I ain't realized until I said it. Salakia. All right, this is Genesis. This is Genesis chapter 3:14. It says, "And the Most High, YAHAWASHI, said unto the serpent." So the context is a serpent. All right. It says, "Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field, and upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat." Right. I'm not gonna go into this. All right. It's so many precepts. So you're doing that. We broke that down before. All right. So it says, "And I'll eat all the days of thy life." It says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." All right, so just quick edification on this, because I did bring out the correct scripture without the correct breakdown. So I just want to bring out a couple quick edification scriptures on this, edifying scriptures on this. Let's go to Psalms 68 real quick. This is Psalms chapter 68. The Psalms chapter 68. Let's start here in verse 21. It says, but YAHAWASHI shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such a one as goeth on still in his trespasses. So what it says is that it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. The "it" is talking about the woman. And the woman, again, I brought out Jeremiah 62, referring to Israel, because the woman doesn't have a seed. So the woman represents Israel. It says, "Israel shall bruise thy head," okay? "And thou shalt bruise his heel." Right? So when you think about it, slack it, because that, like I said, that was an older breakdown. I ain't even mean to say that. I don't know why I said it. But anyways, this is a correction video. So again, on the live I just did, I went into this. And again, what it's talking about, "It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." So the enemy, which is the serpent, which is talking about the enmity, the hatred, says, "Boom, Israel's gonna bruise his head." So when you think about it, when the head is crushed, the body dies. Anything else, right? Everything else. Like when you think of a serpent, when you cut the tail off, it can grow back. All right. When you cut the head off, it dies. Okay. And that's what YAHAWASHI is coming to do this time. It's because when we cut the tail off last time, all right, it grew back. Instead, and not only just grew back, it grew into a dragon. We go into the etymology of dragon, it means a huge serpent. All right, it goes to being a huge serpent. So now YAHAWASHI is coming to cut the head off of this dragon, all right, by the way of his prophets. All right, segue in agreement with the last video I just did when I was going into it towards the end of the video. Again, so it says in Genesis 3:15 at the bottom, it says, "It shall bruise thy head," the "it" being Israel, the woman being Israel, "and thou shalt bruise his head." Again, Psalm 68:21, "But the Most High shall wound the head of his enemies." Right, he's gonna strike the head, cut the head off, and a hairy scalp of such a one as goeth on still in his trespasses. Right, because again, I had brought that Sirach out, that Sirach 30, Let me get that again real quick. This is, damn, pages tour. This is Sirach. Slot your bear with me. Page rip. This is Sirach, chapter 30. So the Most High is gonna cut the head off the enemy this time, you know? Cause it's not no coming back for Esau. Alright? It's not no coming back for Esau. Alright? It's only death. Alright? It's only death. No more rising. Matter of fact, we got a quick preset real quick. This is Isaiah. Since I said that. This is Isaiah chapter 13. No, 14. Isaiah chapter 13. And Isaiah chapter 14. Let me slow down. Isaiah chapter 14 and 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. You see, that's the enmity they have between us and they slain thy people. It says, but the seed of evildoers, and it says the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Meaning what? Never be brought back up again, man. Never be brought back into power, man. All right. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Right. So that's cutting off the head. When you cut off the children, you can't multiply. You can no longer continue as a nation. Because who's going to rise up and continue your legacy, man? So going to Sirach chapter 30. This Sirach 30. Sirach 36 is what I want. Sirach chapter 36 and verse 10. It says, smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, that say there is none other but we. That's why I brought that out in the last lesson. But yes, Sirach 36 and 10, smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, that say there is none other but we. Right, so YAHAWASHI is using the prophets, Jeremiah 28 and 8, to bring down the strongholds, which is smiting the head. Okay, the head being the elites. All right, we're a thorn in their side. Okay, you know that aggravating splinter you can't get out, man. It takes about an hour to get that motherfucker out, man. It hurt. You know, we're a thorn in Esau's side, man, because he was a thorn in our side, man. Okay, it says it shall bruise thy head. Again, when you think of the head, if your head is crushed, it's over with. If you think of the heel, right? It says he's gonna bruise our heel, meaning what? Because like I mentioned it before, when you with this breakdown, when I broke down Genesis 3 and the Genesis 3 breakdown, if you think about, I use Kevin Durant. I think I used Kevin Durant as an example last time. You think about Kevin Durant because he's a phenomenal basketball player. I'm like, this dude is unstoppable, really. But he tore his Achilles. You know, when you tear Achilles, man, that's a serious injury. This guy jumps, dunk, all type of shit. He like 7 feet. So think about all the pressure he put on a restored Achilles. But the point is that what? He healed. So if I bruise your heel, you can heal from that. You see? With Esau, there's no healing. When you think about Jeremiah, we would have healed Babylon, but there's no balm for her ointment. There's no balm for her pain. Meaning there's no healing ointment for Esau. YAHAWASHI is coming to cut the head off, man. All right? So he could bruise our heel, because why? YAHAWASHI said it in Jeremiah. Man, let's get that real quick. In Jeremiah chapter 30. YAHAWASHI said this. I'm going to read this first and then jump down to the point. It says, 17, Jeremiah 30:17, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds. You see? So that's Esau. The wounds we got is from the whooping stick, which is Esau, thy sword, the sword of the Most High. And he used that sword to wound us like a wound of an enemy. Okay, but he wounded us like a wound of an enemy, which the wound of an enemy is incurable in a sense. It's strict in a certain way that only YAHAWASHI can actually fix it, and that's how he wounded us. So that we can only count on him, man. We can't count on nobody else, as it says in Deuteronomy 28:68. No man shall redeem thee, meaning no man shall buy thee, meaning no man shall redeem thee. So it says, I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Jumping down, I'm going to read Exodus 3:15 again. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Again, YAHAWASHI is coming to smite the head of the wicked. Again, some more proof. Jeremiah 30:23. Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury, a continual whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. You see? It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The head are the elites. What's going to fall with pain? The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return. That's what's going to fall with pain. And it starts with the prophets. This man is going crazy, man. He's suicidal. He's bugging out, man. Like, God damn, no matter what we do, they still rose up, man. No matter how many cellular towers and chemtrails and all these different things we put in their food, it doesn't matter. We cannot keep these motherfuckers down. They keep multiplying. They tell you that in Exodus 1. The more they afflict us, they said the more they afflicted them, they grew. It's nothing they can do against Israel, man. It says the fierce anger of Yahweh shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart, meaning his mind. In the latter days, ye should consider it. And then we're in those latter days. That's what it's talking about. It should bruise thy head, talking about Israel. Start with the prophets first and foremost. We're bruising the shit out of Esau right now, man. It tell you that. Matter of fact, it tell you that in Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 1. It says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. This is talking about a future Babylon in which the Babylon we dwell. How you know this Babylon? If somebody new came up to, but it's all around you, man. Babal means confusion. Lord willing, I could do a lesson on that. What did Disney just come out with today, man? Today, yesterday? What did they just come out with? They just launched a new ride or some shit like that, man. You know, dealing with they call it the ride is called Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, this place is nothing but confusion, man. You know, everybody come here for education. Everybody come here for some type of, you know, the scriptures call this place the Golden City. How is the Golden City ceased? You know, they used to say that term in New York. Coming to the, you know, going to the Big Apple. They say, you know, roughly going into it. You could go on the internet, search it. People will refer to New York or America as the Golden City. All right, where opportunity is there. All right, but you don't see that no more. Babylon will now be healed. So again, Isaiah 13 says the burden of Babylon. You go into that word burden there. It means a heavy load. Okay, it means a heavy load. So we're too much for Esau. We're that thorn in his side. And it says, lift ye up a banner. That's how we're too much for him. The banner is the scriptures. Upon the high mountains, and exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand. The voice is the spirit of prophecy, the spirit of truth. It says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. The nobles are the mighty ones. All right, the government officials. All right, on the lower level are these governments, these lower hills and these higher hills, these mountains with the elite bankers and so forth. It's stages to it, but the point is that we're in the gates. We're in the midst of your domain, and we're shaking the hand, and we're telling you your sins and your ways, man. It's off and it's contrary to life. So Yahawashi again, Exodus 13 to 15, it shall bruise thy head. This is how we're bruising. Oh, let me get it one more. Becca. This is how we're bruising the head of the enemy, man. And he can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, like, I mean, who can take it, man? Who can box with the Most High, man? Nobody. Your hand's too short, Esau, to box with the power of the universe. Like Apostle said, man, we work for the power of the universe, man. The power of the universe is giving you, you know, your weapons and shit, man. You know, why would he give you something that can, you know, harm him? You know, in which he can't be harmed, but Esau's so prideful. He got bullets and these different technology in his armory. Like, he think that's doing something, bro. Like, you can't even keep up with a chariot, man. It defies the laws of gravity. This is Habakkuk chapter 3. And I'm going to jump down to the point in 13. It says, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. It says, thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. And that's what we're doing. We're discovering the foundation up to the neck. And what's the discovering? That he's a liar. We brought out 2 Thessalonians in the last lesson. He's a liar. He's a murderer. Okay, he committed the first murder in the world, being Cain. All right. You know, he's nothing but death, man. He's contrary to life. And what is life? The laws, the scriptures, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. And we know that anything contrary to it is death. So he's nothing but death. And YAHAWASHI said in 1 Corinthians 15, he's coming to put the last enemy under his feet. The last enemy to be conquered is death. This whole concept of death for the Israelite man, woman, and child, man. But we have to smite the head of the snake so that it can never go back again. It was not gonna go from already went from a serpent to a dragon. Okay? It's not gonna go from a dragon to a goddamn Godzilla or Leviathan. I mean, the scriptures call him Leviathan, right? But it's not gonna go. He's not gonna grow into, like, you know what I'm saying? No, bro. This is it for Esau, man. You know, time and chance happening to him all. He's had his time to rule. You know, I'm gonna read this again. This is a banger. Habakkuk 3 and 13. It says, I'm gonna start at 12. Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's going to thresh what? The heathen in anger. It says, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people. And the Lord, the reason why he's coming back is what? For the salvation of the elect. So we're reading it. He says, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people. He's coming in, Wisdom Solomon 18, as a fierce man in war. Thy almighty word leaped down from heaven as a fierce man in war into the land of destruction, to the midst of the land of destruction. That's him going forth for the salvation of who? The elect of Israel, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked, the house of Esau, by discovering. So it's telling you, by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Isaiah 47. Okay. This is, you know, man, the scriptures is beautiful, man. This is Isaiah chapter 47. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone, right, and grind meal, uncover thy locks. And that's what YAHAWASHI is doing. Okay. Not only, the other Israelite camps, telling Israel they're Israel, but you got the great millstone grinding you to powder, man. Exposing your lies, man. Going deep into your wizardry and your witchcraft, man. You see? And that's why you can't stand this, man. Because this great millstone from the power and spirit of power, YAHAWASHI, is grounding you to powder, man. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. You see, and that's, we're uncovering your sins, and we're uncovering your neck, man. Okay, and we're exposing the heads, and we're gonna cut the head off, man. Okay, by way of what? Via the unicorn, man. The internet. What was the point of the last lesson? You see, his own tongue is falling upon him. And he's being exposed by what? Because we have the internet to be able to spread the gospel at a faster pace. All right. The Lord is shortening the days for the elect's sake. And this is how he did it too. One of the ways he did it by everything transpiring. This is another way you're getting exposed. All these different platforms of media outlets, and showing the real. You come with your story on CNN, but then another person and alternate media, they show another side. Like, what the hell? Like, who? You know what I mean? So, because over there in these different countries, when they broadcast, they all in agreement. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that A lot of the stuff they show, they don't have nothing to lose. You already stripped them of everything they know is everything they know that they can use to continue to live in society. You stripped them, the majority of the world of it. You know what I'm saying? I forgot where it's at. My brother composed it. It said, just roughly paraphrasing, damn, how'd it go? Damn, I can't think, but it goes along like you destroyed the world, basically paraphrasing. My brother know what I'm talking about. He destroyed, it said hurt them that hurt the damn, how'd it go? So like I'm just having a brain fart. But anyways, Esau, you hurt the world, man. You destroyed the world. Okay, again, Exodus 3:15. I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head. So again, Israel is bruising the head of the elites by the spirit and power of YAHWASHI. All right, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. You see, and thou shalt. Let's see something. And thou shalt prove. Let me get this Proverbs real quick. Let me get this. I should have pulled this out in my last lesson. This is Proverbs 18 and 21. 20. A man's belly should be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lip should he be filled. And it says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You know, and Esau, his sins are testifying against him from all the things he's spoken, the treaties he's broken. Bars, right? You know, this man, he has to go. This is Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Lord willing, it's still going, man. I don't know why this thing keep doing that. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. All right, so the wicked, your destination, okay, is death, man. It's no hope. You will not be renowned like we brought out in Isaiah chapter 14, man. It says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman. Okay, and that enmity, just for edification's sake, just real quick. I should have brought this out first, but it's all good. Genesis 25. Right? Genesis 25. Just moving through the spirit for real. Genesis 25. And verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord YAHWASHI for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah and his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So the point is that it said the children struggled within her. I mean, they was tussling. It was a war. It was a fight, man. That's that enmity. All right? That's that enmity. And the children struggled together within her, you see? Let me jump down to 23. YAHWASHI said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. You see? And the elder shall serve the younger. And that's what's going on. So Esau, he don't want that to happen. Okay? He don't want that to happen. But that's, again, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. All right? By the way of what? By the means of prophecy, man. This is Revelations. Chapter 12. 17. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. You see? Again, Genesis 3. The remnant of her seed is talking about Israel. The elect, the prophets, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of YAHWASHI HaMashiach, man. All right? That has to... Oh, I'm sorry. My book got messed up. Man, that's crazy. Oh, I ain't know. I realized it's like it. My book got messed up from the rain. Saudi. Damn. But yeah, man. So that's the enmity. The enmity between us and them. That's how you know it's talking about Esau today, back in the garden, or back when it's talking about Cain and Abel, because it's the same thing today. The women dealing with her seed, talking about Israel. All right. It's like it says, with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of YAHWASHI YAHWASHI and have the testimony of YAHWASHI Mashiach, which I'll break it out for edification. The testimony is the spirit of prophecy. Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of YAHWASHI. Worship the Most High. For the testimony of YAHWASHI is the spirit of prophecy. There you go. I'm gonna end it with that. So we're coming in the spirit of prophecy. All right, and it's causing friction between what the agenda of the elites, all right, and what he's trying to push into the world. It's causing like I said, we're a thorn in his side, but it starts with the prophets. We're bruising his head, man. Okay, we're whooping his ass, man. He's getting a spiritual beat down, man. All right, you know, he literally is getting a spiritual beat down. Okay. By the mouth of the prophets, by the mouth of the Lord. Okay? No, it's like it. I can end with a second. I can bring it back out. 2 Thessalonians. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after Satan, the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. There you go, man. So talking about Israel, but it's also talking about Esau. Okay, it's twofold. All right. It says consumed with the spirit of his mouth. So again, by the prophets, he's being consumed. I mentioned that word burden. It means a heavy load. All right. The scriptures is a heavy load unto the Edomite, because he's the wicked. Proverbs 3 and 33, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. So he's forever cursed, man. He's the house of the wicked. And it's going to come down with pain upon the house of the wicked, upon the leaderships, upon the ones who you know, his foundation. The Lord is coming with that destroying wind, the beast of destruction. Okay, like it says in Isaiah. All right, chapter 14. All right, the Lord is coming with that beast of destruction, via nuclear fire. All right, and he's going to consume him literally, man. All right, and push him out the way. All right, so Lord willing, edifying. Again, I just wanted to make a correction video. I don't know why I said that. Like that's an old breakdown. That's an older breakdown. The thing what I actually said, what the old breakdown used to, be, which is true. All right, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, like I mentioned in that other video, about it said this is not talking about that though. You do have scriptures talking about that, dealing with Romans 9. All right, 2 Ezra 6, like I mentioned, Jacob's hand first grabbed Esau's heel. All right, symbolizes the pulling down of a kingdom. All right, the role reversals, the elders should serve the younger, like it says in Genesis 25 we just read. All right, Esau's destruction being Jacob's salvation, and our kingdom being established. Those scriptures goes into that, but this scripture is Exodus 3 and 15. All right, you got to, when you read it slowly and carefully, the context is the serpent. 14, and then it says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, see, the serpent's head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Talking about Israel with the plague, with the sanctions, the draconian laws, the anything you could think of that Edomite does, man. That's him bruising our heel, and with that wound of the enemy that the Lord placed on us, man. So Lord willing, it's edifying. Until next time. I want to give all honor and glory again to YAHWASHI YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM HAQADASH. Double honors again to our apostles and our elders, a great millstone, who will teach you on sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.